Mount Roraima is the highest of the Pakaraima chain of Tepuy Plateau in South America. 156, first described by the English explorer Sir Walter Raleigh in 1596, its 31 km to summit area, 156 consists on all sides of cliffs rising 400 meters. The mountain also serves as the triple border point of Venezuela, Brazil and Guyana. 156 Mount Roraima lies on the Guiana Shield in the southeastern corner of Venezuela's 30,000 square kilometer Canaima National Park, forming the highest peak of Guyana's Highland range. The tabletop mountains of the park are considered some of the oldest geological formations on Earth, dating back to some 2 billion years ago in the Precambrian. The highest point in Guyana and the highest point of the Brazilian state of Roraima lie on the plateau, but Venezuela and Brazil have higher mountains elsewhere. The triple border point is at 5 degree 12 euro squared 08 euro cubed n 60 degree 44 euro squared 07 euro cubed w, but the mountain's highest point is Maverick Rock, 2,810 meters, at the south end of the plateau and wholly within Venezuela. Flora and fauna. Many of the species found on Roraima are unique to the plateau. Plants such as pitcher plants, campanula, and the rare Rapatia heather are commonly found on the escarpment and summit. 156 euro 157 It rains almost every day of the year. Almost the entire surface of the summit is bare sandstone, with only a few bushes and algae present. 517 464 63 Low scanty and bristling vegetation is also found in the small, sandy marshes that intersperse the rocky summit. 517 Most of the nutrients that are present in the soil are washed away by torrents that cascade over the edge, forming some of the highest waterfalls in the world. There are many examples of unique fauna atop Mount Roraima. ʁo្�ħ ʁo្�h, commonly called the Roraima bush toad, is a diurnal toad usually found on open rock surfaces and shrubland. It is a species of toad in the Buffonidae family and breeds by direct development. The species is currently listed as vulnerable and there is a need for increased education among tourists to make them aware of the importance of not handling these animals in the wild. Close population monitoring is also required, particularly since this species is known only from a single location. The species is protected in Monumento Natural Los Tepuis in Venezuela, and Parque Nacional Monte Roraima in Brazil. Culture. Since long before the arrival of European explorers, the mountain has held a special significance for the indigenous people of the region, and it is central to many of their myths and legends. The Pemon and Capon natives of the Grand Sabana see Mount Roraima as the stump of a mighty tree that once held all the fruits and tuberous vegetables in the world. Felled by Canaima, their mythical trickster, the tree crashed to the ground, unleashing a terrible flood. Roʻɾaima in the Pemon language means blue-green and Ma means great. In 2006, Mount Roraima was the destination for the award-winning Griffin Productions 2-hour television documentary The Real Lost World. The program was shown on Animal Planet, Discovery HD Theatre and OLN. Directed by Peter von Puttkamer, this travel-adventure documentary featured a modern team of explorers: Rick West, Dr. Hazel Barton, Seth Heald, Dean Harrison and Peter Sprosier, who followed in the footsteps of British explorers Thurn and Harry Perkins, who sought the flora and fauna of Roraima in the mid-19th century. The adventures of those explorers may have inspired Arthur Conan Doyle's seminal book about people and dinosaurs, The Lost World, published in 1912. 156 In 2006, the Real Lost World team were the first scientific team to explore the caves of Roraima, only recently discovered. Inside they found intriguing carrot formations growing in the 2-billion-year-old caves. Dr. Hazel Barton returned in 2007 on a NASA-funded expedition to investigate the features growing on the cave walls and ceiling, evidence of extremophile cave microbes eating the silica-based walls of the cave and leaving dusty deposits on ancient spider webs, forming these unique stalactite-type shapes. In 2009, Mount Roraima served as inspiration for a location in the Disney Pixar animated movie Up. The Blu-ray version of the movie disc bonus footage features a short film about some of the Pixar production team going to Mount Roraima and climbing it for inspiration and ideas for the making of Up. Ascents. Although the steep sides of the plateau make it difficult to access, it was the first recorded major tepui to be climbed. Sir Everard Thurn walked up a forested ramp in December 1884 to scale the plateau. This is the same route hikers take today. Today, Mount Roraima is a destination for backpackers. Almost all who go up the mountain approach it from the Venezuelan side. Most hikers hire a Pemon Indian guide in the village of Tepuy, which is reached by dirt road from the main Grand Sabana Road between kilometer 88 and Santa Elena de Huaron. Although the path to reach the plateau is well marked and popularly traveled, it is easy to get lost on top of the mountain, as there are few distinct trails and the near-constant cloud cover on top and the uncanny rock formations make visual references problematic. Tepuy can be reached easily by four-wheel drive vehicle, with great difficulty by car if the unpaved road conditions are unusually fine, or by foot in about a day. From Tepuy, most hikers take 2 days to reach the base of the mountain, and then another day to follow La Rampa, a natural staircase-like path, up to the top. Another 2 days are typically needed for the return, and many people spend 1 day and night on top of the mountain, making 6 days in total. Longer treks can reach the northern portion of the Tepuy, mostly in Guyana, with less explored and more intriguing sites such as Lake Gladys, although this offers more dangers than its more popular southern part and should only be attempted by well-supplied groups. The less adventurous can also reach the mountain, weather permitting, by helicopter tours available from the nearby Venezuelan city of Santa Elena de Huaron. Copyright N. The only non-technical route to the top is the Tepuy route. Any other approach will involve climbing gear. Mount Roraima has been climbed on a few occasions from the Guyana and Brazil sides, but as the mountain is entirely bordered on both these sides by enormous sheer cliffs that include high overhanging stretches, these are extremely difficult and technical rock climbing routes. 2013 Austrian documentary Jahrkurrenziger der Augenblicks, Ian Aventura in Mount Roraima documented rocker climbers Kurt Albert, Holger Huber, and Stefan Glauch climbing to the top of Mount Roraima from the Guyana side. Such climbs would also require difficult authorizations for entering restricted access national parks in the respective countries. As of 2009, climbing from the Brazilian side would be particularly problematic, due to the access being through Raposa Serra do Sol Amorindian Reserve, where armed conflicts between the natives, rice farmers and the authorities have been frequent. References. Further reading. External links, Mount Roraima on summitpost.org, National Geographic's 2004 Biological Exploration of the Cliffs, History of Exploration on Mount Roraima, A Walk Around the Top of Mount Roraima, Inspiration for Paradise Falls.